And welcome to the chat on Newsday Amarillo and News Channel 10-2. I'm David Lovejoy.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Rhonda Lawnert.
And I'm Chuckalicious Chuck Williams.
We're really, really fortunate in this part of the world to have these amenities available to us. We've got a world class ballet, we've got great drama from the Little Theater and other organizations. We have an opera. And one of the things that is a shining thing, the ballet is the crown, is the Amarillo Symphony. And this Saturday, they're going to put on a heck of a show. The former commander and conductor of the United States Air Force Band, and he's now the executive director of the Amarillo Symphony, virtuoso Larry Long is going to put on a performance. It's just a great chance to see some great local musicians perform some great music. Mr. Lang, welcome to the chat. How are you doing today, sir?
Doing great, David. Thank you for having me on your show. Appreciate it.
And now this is a little differently. Usually, when you guys perform at Civic Center, it's the Globe News Performing Center. You guys are taking it on the road this go around. Tell us about performing at Amtech Career Academy. Why that location for this event?
Well, as many of your audience may know, the Chamber Music Amarillo Group, which is 25 years old, merged with the symphony 3 years ago. And it's been a great merger. And what it is it's just a smaller group of musicians that allows us to be more mobile. So we take our music out into the community. So we're going to play all over the community this year and different churches and schools. And we're going to get out into the panhandle and play in a variety of different places. And so it just enables us to bring the music to the people. Not everybody can make it to the Globe.
One of the things that I've really been impressed with is diversity. Let me finish that. The diversity of the symphony. And to give you an example, I went to the event at Hodgetown where you guys partnered with, a country music artist, and I'm heading into it going, how's this going to work out? How's it going to sound? And it was amazing. It was
Wasn't it fun? Yeah.
it was great fun. It was something it was totally unexpected for me. So are there some other things that you guys are looking at to kind of broaden the diversity aspect of the symphony?
I'm so glad you brought that up. I myself and our new conductor, George Jackson, we've only been here a year. So we're very excited, as I just mentioned, about making the symphony more accessible to everyone. And that Hodgetown concert was an example. Who knew that a symphony could play country music? But we can do it all. Like for next month, for example, we're doing a Hispanic Heritage concert, October 13th and 14th. And we've been working really closely with the Barrio and the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. And we have a mariachi singer coming from San Antonio, and the Glenwood Elementary School dancers are going to come and hang out with us. It's just going to be a blast, and we'll play mariachi music. And then in November, we're going to do a concert with a really renowned, wonderful soprano singer, but she also sings bluegrass. So we're calling it Brahms and Bluegrass. And, it just continues from there. So this is our 100th anniversary season, and we're celebrating with a bang, just doing lots of different kinds of things to bring people out and enjoy the symphony.
Coming from something as structured as, the Air Force Symphony, how can you manage to keep up with that many personalities? I mean, musicians, they kind of go off on their own at times. Hey,
Yeah.
well, what's the key to that?
You know what? Musicians are very creative, yes, but also they're very disciplined. And so the ones that we work with are professional musicians from the area, and most of them work at WT and AC and come up from Lubbock. And we have a couple that come over from Dallas, but they're really very highly skilled and disciplined people. And so when they sit down to play, they're focused. And so it's easy. Just put good music in front of them.
Right.
Put together good programs, and they want to perform well. So it's that part of it's easy. The administrative part, my commander and conductor part, the commander part of that, I did a lot of it, and so I feel confident about the organization of the concerts and
Hmm.
the marketing and the business side of it, which is part of what I did in the Air Force as well. So it all comes together. And yes, you have creative people that are sometimes a little quirky, but that's okay.
That's a nice way to put it, a little quirky. Mr. Lang, tell us a little bit about this. Is going to be a woodwind performance. You're spotlighting some great artists. Tell us a little bit about this upcoming event. What will we hear?
Yeah, this is a chamber music concert, which means, 10 to 15 musicians. And what I've done is I've put together a program of some of my really favorite chamber music from Strauss, Richard Strauss, and a lot of people know his music from the stage or his waltzes,
Right.
everybody knows Strauss. And so this music is just gorgeous, beautiful classical music. And then we're doing a piece by Igor Stravinsky, and people might think, well, I don't like Stravinsky. He's a little too weird. He did Firebird and The Rite of Spring and some really heavy, serious music. But this piece is called his octet, and it's really interesting. It's just a lovely little piece of music with only 8 players. And then we're doing a piece by Dvorak, Anton
Hmm.
Dvorak, which is another wonderful classical composer who was heavily influenced by folk music. And so people will hear some folk dances, and so it's really quite a variety and a sense of diversity, as Rhonda pointed out earlier. There's in the program, and all of it is just easy to listen to and a lot of fun.
What do you think it means to our community to have such a
Mhm.
high quality uh, organization as the symphony? What does that do for our community?
Yeah, we work interestingly with the Economic Development Council, the Chamber of Commerce, because when they're trying to attract new businesses, new people to our community, they talk about the quality of life.
Mm.
And the quality of life is certainly enhanced by the symphony, the ballet, the theater, all the things that David mentioned at the beginning. We're really very fortunate that our founders, and the symphony was founded 100 years ago by a woman, which is really interesting. That's very unusual.
Yeah.
Uh, and so here we are 100 years later, and all of these other organizations have come along aside us too. We're the oldest, and it makes our community more fulfilling, and the quality of life is better. It gives people a sense of pride.
Come out and celebrate 100 years of great music here on the High Plains. This performance will be Saturday, September 30th. It'll take place at the Amtech Career Center. Some great performances, some great musicians. It starts at 7:30, and you can go to their website, amarillosymphony.org, to find out about tickets. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. They have the Hispanic Heritage Celebration next month, and then something I think is really, really neat and how they're really bringing this to everybody and everyone in our community. Their listen lunch and listen event. They have another one scheduled for October 13th. The director George Jackson will be there, and it's just a great chance to put your foot in the door, to dip your toe in the pool of some great, great music that we're so very lucky and fortunate to have in our community. But Mr. Lang, have a great performance this Saturday, and we thank you, Mr. Jackson, yourself, and all those musicians. It really does make our community a little special and gives us a little treat with the great music you guys play. We appreciate your hard work.
Thank you so much, David. Appreciate
Don't
being
miss
on your